Here's a really interesting story about how third parties don't have to have a warrant to search your stuff. The story I'm about to tell you involves images you're not allowed to have of children, so this is your warning to scroll if you don't want to hear about this. This happened in Missouri and it ended in the defendant's conviction, and he was sentenced to spending 9 years in jail. So he tried to appeal, saying that the evidence that was used to convict him for possession of these images was illegally obtained. He appealed because he says Yahoo is the one who reported him, and it was a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights against unlawful search and seizure because they did not have a warrant. This case is fascinating to me because we learn in law school that you don't have amendment rights against vigilante third parties that are not associated with the government, but I've never seen it applied to a real life case. You know those really big things that we're supposed to read before you agree to the terms and conditions? Well, I'm assuming that Yahoo has one saying they can access your images at all times. I had no idea that they do it on this level though. This guy uploaded these images to his Flickr account, and I guess Yahoo has an automatic algorithm checking for images like this all the time so they're not circulating the internet, because it doesn't say anything about him distributing them, just possessing them, but they literally auto-checked and found them, which flagged him in the system. Apparently when Yahoo finds content like this, they make a report to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children as well as local law enforcement. Yahoo reviewed the entire images on this Flickr account and saw that it was tied to one IP address. Yahoo was acting as a non-governmental third party when they compiled all of this information and sent it to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children as a cyber tip report. This organization reviewed all the contents of the report and geolocated the IP address back to Missouri. The organization reported this to local law enforcement in Missouri, and it went to St. Charles County Cyber Crimes Unit. Based off this non-governmental third-party cyber tip, the detective determined those were illegal images to have, and it traced the IP address to the defendant's Charter Communications account. And they used the address of the Charter account linked to the same IP address to find his home address. Police used all of this information to get a search warrant to search his home and his computer. When they executed the search warrant, they found the computer, and the defendant confirmed that was his email address linked to that Flickr account, linked to that IP address, that was his. During questioning, the defendant made several other admissions that he possessed these illegal images, and he was very detailed about it, and it's disgusting. When they searched his computer, they saw that he had tried to delete everything, like all the evidence against him, but after a forensic analysis, they were able to find it. What's really gross is that during the trial, the defendant tried to say that because the images were deleted, he didn't possess them, and it should be a Class D felony, not a B felony. Like, what? The court did not buy that argument, and it allowed that evidence to be used to convict him. Then he lost his appeal and created new case law because the court determined that you have the right from unlawful seizure from the government, not private third parties like Yahoo. Obviously, it was used for a good purpose here, but isn't that kind of freaky to think about that they can do that? This is the reason a lot of people quit using reproductive tracking apps. If you want to read the full court decision yourself, look in the comments because I'm going to have a link where you can find it. If you like hearing about legal things like this, make sure to follow me everywhere in case TikTok gets banned. That way you don't miss anything.